Alright, let's dive into the buzz that's got the entire crypto space in overdrive. Lately, you can't scroll through your feed, check a forum, or peek into a crypto group chat without stumbling across the same burning question: is Pi Network, the mobile-first cryptocurrency with a massive and loyal following, about to finally have its big breakthrough moment? Everywhere you turn, people are pointing to one date as if it's going to be the day the crypto world changes, August 15, 2025. Now, this isn't just any random date. It's the one tied to a rumor that Pi Network might be getting listed on Binance, the undisputed heavyweight champion of cryptocurrency exchanges. In the digital asset world, landing a Binance listing is far more than a technical milestone. It's a giant flashing sign that says, "We've made it." For many investors, it's the point where speculation turns into legitimacy. And like all great rumors, this one didn't just fall out of the sky, it has an origin story. It all supposedly began in the more tech-savvy corners of the crypto community. Some sharp-eyed users claimed they spotted something strange on Binance's testnet environment, which is where developers trial new features before going live. The claim: a PI/USDT trading pair briefly appeared, only to vanish almost as quickly as it showed up. Whether it was an accidental leak, a routine technical test, or a deliberate seed planted to stir conversation, no one can say for sure. But once word got out, the rumor took on a life of its own. From there, it spread like wildfire, jumping from niche community chats to massive Telegram groups, and exploding on social media platforms like X. Influencers, crypto commentators, and self-styled blockchain experts started weighing in, each adding their own spin to the story and fueling even more speculation. The reason this particular rumor gained such traction is simple: the Pi Network community isn't just large, it's passionate. With millions of users mining Pi on their phones, the project has built an army of believers who are eager for that one event that could send Pi into the mainstream spotlight. But here's where it gets interesting: amid all the chaos, excitement, and noise, the two most important players in this drama have stayed almost completely silent. Binance, as the biggest exchange in the world, has a well-known policy: they don't comment on rumors. They know that even a tiny hint from them can send markets into a frenzy, so their stance is always a neutral no comment. The Pi core team, on the other hand, has been slightly more vocal, but not in the way some were hoping. They've clearly stated that there's no official information regarding a Binance listing, urging the community to be cautious and to avoid getting swept away by speculation. This lack of hard facts creates the perfect environment for rumors to run wild. Without a definitive yes or no from either side, people are left to interpret every tiny clue as a potential sign. And in crypto, that can be dangerous, not just for people's hopes, but for their portfolios. We've seen it time and time again: rumors alone can send prices flying, but they can also cause brutal drops when reality catches up. That's exactly what happened with Pi recently. The speculation triggered a massive surge in trading activity, with volume spiking an incredible 155% almost overnight. Prices saw movement too, hovering around $44, but that's still a steep fall from Pi's all-time high of $300 back in February 2025. When you're looking at a decline of roughly 85% from peak value, you know the stakes are high. If August 15th arrives without any announcement, the market's holding pattern could collapse, and prices might tumble further. This naturally leads to a bigger question: if Pi has such a huge community and so much hype, why isn't it already listed on Binance or other top-tier exchanges? The answer isn't as simple as, they just haven't done it yet. One major sticking point is Pi Network's strict KYB, know your business, requirements for exchanges. In most cases, the power dynamic works the other way around: projects bend over backward to meet the exchange's criteria, not the other way around. Pi is in a rare position where they're able to set their own terms, but that also makes the process slower and more complex. Another hurdle is the state of Pi's mainnet and tokenomics. Until the mainnet is fully open and every detail of the token's economic model is completely transparent, exchanges like Binance might view it as too much of a risk. In the eyes of seasoned traders and analysts, Pi still has some way to go before it can be considered fully ready for such a listing. Some experts think it could happen eventually, but they're pointing to a timeline closer to 2026 or even 2027. For that to happen, Pi Network needs to hit a few critical milestones. First, it has to transition to a fully open mainnet. That means no more restricted environments, everything has to be live, transparent, and verifiable. Second, its tokenomics need to be laid out in clear, unambiguous terms. Investors need to understand exactly how supply, distribution, and utility work before they can assign fair value to the token. Without that clarity, it's hard to build lasting trust. And this is where investors have to sharpen one of the most valuable skills in the crypto game, separating fact from fiction. Screenshots can be faked, insider tips can be nothing more than guesses dressed up as truth, and even genuine seeming leaks can turn out to be red herrings. The safest move is always to go straight to the source, official announcements from the project team or the exchange itself. Anything else is noise, and in crypto, noise can cost you. Whether Pi gets its Binance listing on August 15 or sometime years down the road, the reality is that the project's long-term success won't come from a single event. It will depend on the strength of its technology, the engagement of its community, and the ability of its ecosystem to solve real problems in the blockchain space. Hype might open the door, but only solid fundamentals can keep it open. So, while the countdown to August 15 ticks away, it's worth keeping your feet on the ground. Watch the developments closely, sure, but don't bet the farm on unconfirmed rumors. In crypto, patience and caution often pay off far more than chasing the latest shiny headline. After all, this space moves fast, but the projects that truly last are the ones that build carefully, consistently, and with a vision that goes beyond the next big listing announcement.